The wait's almost over. The Rugby World Cup gets underway this evening with the host France taking on the 3 times winners New Zealand. Let's cross for the latest then. Let's get to Paris and our reporter James Cole.
Yes, Paris has gone into overdrive in the last few hours. It's been building slowly over the last 3 days since we arrived here on Tuesday, but today I've not seen anything like it. 80,000 people descending on Saint-Denis here, the suburb of Paris where the Stade de France is. We just walked over from the train station. It is a sea of people, a cacophony of noise. La Marseillaise ringing out everywhere, and it is going to be a cracking atmosphere. It's very hard to say who will win this game. You've got 2 teams who are among the tournament favourites, but both have had indifferent and uncertain build-ups to the tournament. France for 3 years have been so strong. They've got a generation of players who've won the Under-20s World Cup, and here on home soil many feel this is their best opportunity, but they've been struck with injury. They're without 4 key players tonight, while the All Blacks, they look great in the championship in the Southern Hemisphere, but then they got thrashed by South Africa 10 days ago at Twickenham, which then sent everyone wondering where the All Blacks are. So it's going to be a really interesting contest, one of the greatest ever World Cup openers. People think it's the biggest since 1995 when South Africa faced Australia after the apartheid. And in terms of the game itself, each team could potentially lose this one and progress, so it's not win or bust, but it will show us a lot about where the 2 teams are at, with question marks hanging over both. Huge pressure on France, how they'll handle it, but they'll have huge support as well. The other issue we'll be watching as we build up to kick-off and afterwards is, of course, security. It's so important for France because of what happened in the Champions League a year ago when Liverpool fans were tear-gassed and pepper sprayed, and then bearing in mind as well Paris has the Olympics next year. How the police handle this there'll be a lot of eyes on them. There's an unprecedented number of police being mobilised for this game, 5,000, and they'll hope that it passes without trouble. I should say, having just come over from the station and seen the long queues, fans must get to this ground early, both tonight and throughout this tournament, because there is a security cordon around the Stade de France. It's not like going to Twickenham or the Principality Stadium where you can get there close to kick-off and get in. You will struggle to get in. There will be long queues. So if you are around Paris for this game or any others, get here early. Let's hope it is a cracking atmosphere. There's no trouble, and we're talking about the rugby in 24 hours' time.
James Cole in Paris for us. Well, former New Zealand captain Sean Fitzpatrick admits that the 3 times champions' preparations haven't gone to plan.
It's quite interesting in terms of where the teams have come from in the last 4 years. Normally, traditionally, New Zealand sort of has a bit of a clean out after a World Cup, and we progress through, and by year 3 of the cycle we're in quite good shape. This has been totally different for New Zealand in terms of the build-up. We had a series loss to the Irish, we've lost other games. Unfortunately, what happened sort of 10 days ago against South Africa was a bit of a shock to everyone, really. We didn't really see that one coming.
How much do you think that's dented New Zealand's confidence? Because that was quite a performance by South Africa, wasn't it?
I think what we learned from especially 2019 against the French, and then leading into this World Cup, is that you need power players, and it's not just the power game they possess, which they did in 2019. They've now got a really good attacking game too. They are now, for me, one of the top 3 teams that could potentially win the World Cup without question.
Well, the fans have been soaking up the atmosphere in what is a red-hot day in Paris. Before this blockbuster of a game, the fans are in good voice.
Tonight, for the first game of the World Cup in France, New Zealand, France, it will be amazing. The atmosphere will be unbelievable, of course, because New Zealand, they won so many World Cups than us. We lost 3 times in final, but we never bring the trophy. But I think, it will be an amazing World Cup. For a French team to be favorite against New Zealand, it don't happen very often, and for this, yeah, of course we play at home. Of course, we have the best player in the world with Antoine Dupont, but I am sure it will be a very tough and very close game tonight.
Just on Dupont, is he the Lionel Messi of rugby, do you think? How much pressure is on his shoulders to deliver here as well?
He's not Messi, he's Zidane.
Well, there'll be water breaks in both halves of the matches this weekend because of what is stiflingly hot weather in France. Temperatures forecast to reach up to 34 degrees in Paris and 35 in Bordeaux.